Hola clase, this is your video for the Capítulo 11 Paso 1 Vocabulario. These notes are found on page 25 of your packet. The main theme of this list is para vivir bien, in order to live well. Estirarse, to stretch. Notice this verb is reflexive. Hacer yoga, to do yoga. Levantar pesas, to lift weights. Llevar una vida sana, to live a healthy lifestyle. Montar a caballo, to ride a horse. Patinar sobre ruedas, to roller skate or rollerblade. Sentirse, to feel. Notice this verb is also reflexive. Tener ganas de plus infinitive, to feel like doing something. For example, el chico tiene ganas de comer el helado. The boy feels like eating ice cream. Notice that in this case, tener is conjugated to match the subject, but comer remains as an infinitive. Extras. Magnifico, magnificent. Sano, which is an adjective just like magnifico, means healthy. Bastante, enough, or pretty, like pretty much, not in terms of adjectives. La vida, the life. Nada más, nothing more. Frecuencia. Sometimes you'll ask people how often they do these healthy life habits or unhealthy life habits. You would ask them by starting with this question with, ¿Cuántas veces a la semana? How many times a week? Be sure to use a conjugated verb after the conclusion of this part of the question. For example, ¿Cuántas veces a la semana corres en el parque? How many times a week do you run in the park? So again, you would be using a conjugated verb after the word semana in order to complete the question. You could make suggestions about healthy life habits or what people should do in order to feel better. You can start off those suggestions with either ¿por qué no? Why don't? Or ¿qué tal si? How about if? These can be both used interchangeably. You will also need conjugated verbs after these questions. For example, ¿por qué no hacemos yoga mañana? Why don't we do some yoga tomorrow? ¿Qué tal si montamos a caballo hoy? How about if we go horseback riding today? Responding to these suggestions. Gracias, pero no quiero. Thanks, but I don't want to. No, en realidad no tengo ganas. No, I really don't feel like it. You could ask someone what's wrong. ¿Qué tienes? What's wrong? ¿Te sientes mal? Do you feel bad? Estoy un poco cansado. Nada más. I'm a little tired, that's all. And no, me siento bien. No, I feel well. Obviously, the feelings used in these statements could be changed in order to personalize them. One of the main verbs that we'll be learning during this unit is the verb sentirse, which means to feel. We will only be using this verb in the present tense. This verb is both reflexive and its stem changes from E to IE. The forms are me siento, te sientes, se siente, nos sentimos, os sentís, and se sienten. Notice that the verb sentirse falls under our boot category that we learned in Spanish 1. By this, we mean that all of the stem changing happens within this diagram, but outside of it, the nosotros and vosotros forms, there is no stem change. For sentirse on your notes for the preterite tense, we are skipping this year, so you can actually cross off that section of your notes. Tener means to have in the present tense, but it is completely irregular in the preterite tense. Here are the forms. Tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvisteis, and tuvieron. You'll notice that there are no accents and that every single form starts with tuv. Don't forget, we commonly could use this with the expression tener plus que plus infinitive. Repaso. For this unit, you will need to know the following information. Healthy living vocabulary. how to make and respond to suggestions using por qué no and qué tal si, how to use the verb sentirse in the present tense only, and how to use the verb tener in the preterite tense. This concludes your notes and the video for this unit. Please do the practice activities given by your teacher.